Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls of Guild and Coin. We're starting up another session this week. Today we are joined by our murder machine, Zira, played by Irish Bob.
Hello.
We're joined by Amrit, our face sculpting mage, played by Brenna. Everyone's favorite cannibal Khajiit trash star, played by Duncan.
Hello.
That was a very awkward silence.
Such build up.
We're joined by our dirty dancer orc daddy Julinak, played by Reven.
Take a drink.
We are joined by our lightning rod / static poof ball Zoe Meowstrom, played by Haley.
Don't forget Fabulous Hat.
Yes.
Never forget the fabulous hat.
I'm everyone's shoulder buddy.
Shoulder buddy. Not my shoulder buddy. We're too close to the same height. It doesn't really help you any.
And we are joined
Your murder buddy.
And we are joined by a special guest today, Al, whose character may show up at some point within the next session or two. Hello, Al.
Hi.
So, where we last I can speak.
English, it'd be hard, y'all.
It'd be hard. I am also very intelligent. I left my dice over on the bed. So
What were you doing to those dice?
hey,
That explains why they always stick on one side.
Hey, what a man does in his bed is no one else's business.
ever heard of dice fetish?
That just sounds uncomfortable.
It does sound uncomfortable. It sounds painful, especially with the kind of dice I've got.
Considering
your
that
cool dice.
Considering some of the shit you can see on the internet, the dice fetish sounds by far the least painful shit that I've seen.
I don't remember what the rule is, but there's a rule for that. So where we last left off, we have all entered into the Exile's Barrow. We fought our way through it, guided by our little dark elf, whom Zoe eventually found out was not what he seemed. And eventually ended up getting to the boss room. The boss room did not go as planned, as an undead dragon basically was like, this was not part of the agreement, GTFO. Killing the Dunmer, whom we've decided to start calling Gilderoy Lockhart because, I mean, makes sense.
Because he was.
Yeah. Killing him in the process. The group left the barrow, but not. Was that?
With mask in hand.
With mask in hand, and with a little surprise from Lockhart's body, the symbol of Mephala, which is where we pick up today. Give me half a second. I am going to grab my dice because I can't reach them. So
Everybody start counting. One.
All right, I'm back.
Yay!
So, any questions regarding the previous session, regarding the boss fight, or do you guys need a refresher on who Mephala is?
Give us a refresher on Mephala.
Mephala is the Daedric prince of lies, sex, secrecy, and spiders.
Legit.
Ooh. Spooters.
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 So you guys are currently standing outside the barrow in the cold climate of Rothgar with the scent of who with the scent of snow on the breeze. All surrounding this pendant with the symbol of Mephala on it. What would you guys like to do? I definitely welcome conversation regarding said pendant and whatnot.
I definitely want to cast Detect Magic
Okay.
to see if the pendant is magic. I know the mask is magic, but I wanna know.
The
Okay.
master is magic.
Can you show me?
I don't know about these strangers like me.
So I'm not even gonna. I don't think Detect Magic calls for a roll anyway.
It does not know.
Yeah. It does have a little bit of residual magic. It's familiar enough to you. You know that it's it's got Daedric magic kind of attached to it. That's not uncommon for cultist symbols and whatnot.
Okay. And then I cast Identify.
Okay. It is a symbol of Mephala.
Yes. I forgot to add on the
Can
mask,
I grab it?
but that will work. Can I cast Identify on the mask?
I'm sorry?
Can I cast Identify on the mask?
Sure.
I want to know what it does. I think I know what it does because I play Skyrim, but I want to know what it.
I want to know what it does, and I don't play Skyrim, so tell me.
I kind of want to grab it because I feel that's definitely valuable.
Oh no, fuck you! I'm holding on to it. You gotta give it to me.
Emmerich wanted it the most.
I did.
Then grab it, fool.
I do have it.
You know, for somebody
Touching
who's
it.
trying to be a reformed
Expecting it.
criminal, you sure do steal a lot of shit.
Hey, I need the money. I'm trying to own a town.
But you passed up a job to steal shit because you were a
Well,
reformed
the thing
criminal.
is, I want to get money, but I don't want to go back to jail.
If you want
to
to
steal
sell
stuff.
something that's probably valuable that people will actually know how much it's worth, then grab the stained glass circlet that Toshtar has.
There's
I'm not
also the
gonna steal
bits.
from
There's
people.
also the
That's
bit.
like baloney.
There's also the bits and pieces of Welkin stone that you guys have.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I can do that.
All right. So you cast Identify on Arthosis.
Yes, please.
So when you work your magic, you begin to get that feeling, the bit of tingling that Magicka kind of brings to your fingertips, and then all of a sudden your hand turns or begins to feel warm. And you're able to, and
Ooh.
you deduce that the mask actually grants you frost resistance. So the mask itself is fairly cool to the touch, but but you know that it will protect you from frost. In fact, you'd be comfortable in temperatures as cool as minus 10 degrees Celsius.
That'll be good if I decide to snowball stuff.
Yes. I'm holding on to this
It's like-
sucker.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes.
Well, let's make Amrit into a snowman.
Do you want to build a snow golem? Do you want to carry your party?
Do you
Out of-
want to build a meat sack?
A bit of snow. A bit of snow is beginning to fall around you guys. Little flurries kind of puff up in the wind a little bit.
McFlurry.
And out of the flurry of snow, a man wearing a simple tunic and trousers comes running up. Comes up to you, Emery, and he says, "I was looking for you. Got a message for you. Your eyes only." Hands it to you. Says, "Looks like that's it. Gotta go," and runs off.
So what you got there?
How
I want to see it.
couriers know where people are.
That is
the mystery.
that is the mystery of the Elder Scrolls. That's really what this game is all about, trying to figure
No,
out
They have
how
a
messengers
secret
know where you're at.
GPS.
No,
They have a
all-
secret
all
GPS
couriers
with
have
them.
money. No,
Everybody is low jacked. It's amazing.
all couriers
will-
end up being able to hunter mark anyone when they get a message for them. They just know where you are forever.
Like he see like the little arrow like pointing over you.
I will open up the letter where no one else can see it because I'm secretive as fuck.
Also, you're really fucking tall, so I mean, like,
That's fair.
most of us are shorter than you.
Everyone is shorter than me.
Well, I'm taller than you.
How tall are you?
I'm actually 6'4".
I'm 6'10".
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, he's a freakishly tall elf.
That is a freakishly tall elf.
We're tall.
God damn, why are you so freakishly tall?
I'm an Altmer and we're tall.
He's a
That's why it's the
beanpole.
ultimate totem pole.
Tight Cream would love you. 6'10" of nothing but elf meat. Yeah, Tight Cream would love you.
It is a letter from a friend of yours in the Mages Guild.
Is it?
Got a letter.
Josombra?
It's Jasabra, yeah.
Got a letter.
You're gonna die. And it's not really a letter per se. There is a letter included, basically saying use this, and it's signed Jasabra.
Ooh, is it a love note?
No. It's a small sending stone. And Emery, you would know that these the kind of sending stone that he sent you, it's kind of a one-time use kind of thing, almost like a burner cell phone.
Okay.
And by burner cell phone, you mean it No. It's like those messages from Inspector Gadget, and it explodes.
Yes.
Yes, but without the explosion, it just gets dusty.
And a little winky emoji to her.
And the letter does the little letter does mention that this is not a matter of secrecy.
Okay.
You're like, that's a first.
Send an emoji
Yeah,
to her.
most messages passed between the two have some necessity for secrecy, but this time it doesn't.
Okay, so I activate the sending stone.
So
Send news.
for the rest of you guys, as you were kind of looking over the Pendant of Mephala and examining the goodies that you were able to retrieve from the barrow, Amory kind of drifts off to the side a bit, and then all of a sudden, you guys hear the casting of Magicka, and when you turn, you see that there is a Psijic projection over near the Altmer. And in the Psijic projection, you see a Khajiit, standing fairly tall for a Khajiit, and like he's dressed in fairly fine robes. His tail kind of swishing back and forth leisurely, and you guys can over the Psijic projection, you guys can actually hear a bit of purring going on.
Oh.
And he looks at you, Emery. He says, "It is good to see you, friend.
It's good to see you too.
I do hope that we were able to deliver this message to you without too much difficulty."
None at all.
Ah, excellent. He looks over at the rest of the group. So she was not wrong. There definitely are friends surrounding you.
Yes.
Friends, quote unquote.
Let me introduce you. And then I briefly introduce everyone.
Zero's looking up from like her displaying horde of weapons. Huh?
Zoe tries to climb onto Amrit's backpack again, just be like, "There's a Khajiit over there, but I'm the most special Khajiit to Amrit."
The most special is Kitty.
I'm
Amrit's
good
a little
friends with
weird about
Amrit.
being touched, so Amrit, like when you try to like climb him, he just picks you up and puts you on his shoulders.
Bless.
Aw.
She's like, good. I bet that Khajiit doesn't get to do this.
you guys now hear 2 sets of purring.
Aw.
And as you guys are all introduced, he bows low. He says, "It is a pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Josabra. I am a member of the Thieves Guild. I am a member of the.
Gotta slip up there a little bit.
Most of my Khajiit characters in past games have all been members of the Thieves Guild.
Makes sense.
Cat burglars.
Literally.
He says, "This one's name is Josabra, a member of the Mages Guild and a friend of Amrit's."
I have friends, guys.
Of course you do. You're delightful.
Thank you.
Zero just stares at you for a moment and goes, okay.
No, this one does admit.
Okay.
This one does admit Josabra thought that he was the only friend Amrit had, but
No.
Zero just gives him that look between Jisabra and Zoe of like, oh, is that like just maybe it's a Khajiit thing getting jelly over at the tall elf?
he says, "But that is not why this one sent the message today." He turns back over to Amrit. "This one has a friend who will be meeting up with you fairly soon."
Who is this person?
A friend.
This one feels that introductions are best once she reaches you, but Josabra wanted to give a little bit of a warning. Namely because this one knows how excited you get when you stumble across something of interest.
Yes.
She's not your typical denizen of Tamriel. She's ancient, to put it in a word. More ancient than even the oldest High Elves.
So what you're saying is she's old as fuck.
If this one weren't putting it delicately, yes.
Times 12.
Amrit just has like this intensely interested look on his face.
More importantly, she is a lot like this one in certain ways.
Oh.
And he kind of smiles, exposing his extended canines a little bit.
Nice, thanks, man.
I see.
Suffice
people
to say, it will be important that you help ensure that she's fed regularly.
Yeah, we can do that.
In
Are we
addition,
getting a new cat?
this one would like to remind you that she is indeed a sentient being. Don't treat her like one of your experiments.
Okay, I have more Oh, okay.
You-
Can't even finish that one.
You will understand when she gets there. This one knows you, Amrit.
Yes, I know. Okay. I'll do my best.
Excellent. And then he turns to the rest of the group. As for the rest of you, Amrit may be a bit strange, but you can trust
Oh,
him.
you bet.
Of course I can.
I kind of trust you.
And he kind of smiles a little bit and says, "This one is surprised that Amrit has more friends than just Josabra, but it seems like Amrit is in good hands." And then he kind of smiles and then says, "This one has much work to do with the Mages Guild. This one has a trip that he must make to Valenwood. 2 moons walk with you. We will speak again."
All right. It was a pleasure speaking to you again, Joseph.
The pleasure was all this once. And then the Psijic projection dissipates and the stone crumbles.
Bye-bye, Stone.
Why does he talk to himself in the third person?
Because cats do that.
Racist much?
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They do.
I wasn't raised by a Khajiit. Toshtar never
Wait,
did
what were
it.
you raised by?
I'm an orphan.
Oh.
Which reminds me.
Well, I'll be your new dad now.
No.
I'm with you.
I don't
Orc,
need
orc,
a
daddy,
dad.
orc daddy shall provide.
Or
Oh,
dad
look at
shall
now you
provide.
have 2 kids. That's a lot of mouths to feed.
Reminds me of Zoe.
Hey man, like, orc dads want to be a good dad.
Zoe.
Or at least a decent dad.
I had my older brother Eugen, and we were fine. We don't need a dad. I'm independent. I say while I stand atop Amrit's head.
Zoe. At some point, if you would not mind, I would like to speak with you.
That
Quite.
would be fine.
The ship is sailing.
You can talk to me whenever.
Gross.
Just the sheer height difference.
Ew, gross. Ships. Water.
Toshtar, were you harvesting any organs or limbs or anything from Gilderoy Lockhart? I think I mentioned at some point last session that you were pleased to find that he was pre-tenderized.
Yes.
Okay.
It all belongs to Toshtar now.
Zira is polishing and cataloging her hoard.
Amrit is cataloging his notes.
Okay.
We're not in town yet, are we?
You guys are not in town. You guys are actually a fair distance away from Rothgar at the moment.
We are
Fair
just
enough.
outside the barrow.
Alright, well, Julinak kind of meditates a little bit.
Okay.
With this glass of whiskey in his hand.
Oh,
Always.
While we are here, does anyone need any healing?
I need
I think I'm
healing.
good. I need healing.
Sorry, who needs healing?
I was making an Overwatch joke.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay. I will heal myself, because I am apparently the only one who's wounded.
On the horizon, kind of through the haze of snow flurries, you guys can see the mountain range off to the east, and dominating a portion of this mountain range, you can see a massive stonework city.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, you guys do also know that south of where you're at are all of the fanboys with the remaining pay that they had promised you.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Gotta get that money.
We gotta go back. So
Ooh, that's awkward.
I gotta give Lyris her signed copy of Narcissus Dren's book.
It's gonna go up in
I got
value.
it signed for her. Has her name on it and everything.
So it's no of use to you because it has somebody's name specifically on it. It makes
Yes.
it really hard to sell later.
He also gave me 2 copies of his book because
Signed?
I hadn't read his book yet. Signed, yes.
So what we do is we don't tell anybody that he's dead,
Exactly.
and we sell the fuck out of that book, and then we let people know that he's dead.
Yes.
Or no. You let people know that he's dead first because it drives up the price of the signed
Then
copy.
you sell the book.
Wait a couple years and then you sell the book. Yes.
Yeah.
This
Or you let people know he's dead, go on a campaign to destroy all of the books, then sell the only remaining copies of the book that you now have that also has his signature.
That's
Ooh.
that is a big long side quest.
But that also means you get a shit ton of monies.
I
What
already
was-
have a shit ton of monies. I sculpt faces. That shit's expensive.
But one of y'all want to buy a fucking town. Y'all need more monies. Y'all also need more money to play base builder. Get more monies.
Zoe's just disappointed her role model was a pussy. She doesn't want to think about trying to make money off of them.
You make money off of everyone, including the suffering of your party. That's just how you play.
Bleh.
Okay.
Okay, so we should head south back to the camp and gather the rest of the stuff.
Okay, so you guys start heading toward camp. And it's fairly easy getting back to camp. You guys remember the way. And eventually, you see the little encampment. They're kind of celebrating the return of their kids. And you guys begin to walk up, and some of them rush you guys to give you hugs and to thank you for returning them safe. And then the inevitable question.
Where's Narcissus Dren?
Zero laughs.
Did you
and
see-
walks the fuck away?
The Khajiit that you face shaped comes walking up, and kind of through the gauze in his mouth, he goes, "Did you meet him? Did you meet Dren?"
Yes, we did. And he sends his regards, but had to go on another adventure.
Zero just this slow
Another adventure
turn of the
into
head and
Fallen
looks at
Guard.
you.
I can't do it.
One of the Argonians in the group, he's wearing a wig, done up in a Dunmer hairstyle, and is wearing, it looks like scrapped together adventuring gear, but it's not all that consistent. Like he's got like a dagger that would match a Khajiit more than a dark elf. He's wearing a Breton style tunic and an Argonian style set of trousers, so on and so forth. And he goes, "What did he tell you where he's going? Where's the next adventure at?"
He did not tell me.
Tuwaka.
I don't know. You're probably gonna see him a little bit over there, a bit over there, a bit over there.
Zero says Tuwaka and walks away. Which those who speak Yoku know that means the afterlife.
He was
There were-
very guarded about his next book.
There were a couple of red guards in the group who, when you say that, Zira,
Yeah.
their eyes widen, and they just kind of break off from the rest of the group and head back toward their tents.
Well, I hope you're happy with yourself.
Oh, she wants to make sure that when she says it, she makes eye contact with that pussy-ass little red guard who is cowering in the goddamn cave.
He runs
He
off
was
to his tent.
older than her. He was shameful.
He runs off to his tent crying.
Yep, shameful. He dishonors himself and he dishonors his family.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Oddly enough, Zira, the Imperial that you met earlier is nowhere to be seen.
Good. Fucking weirdo. I am coming back with a horde of weapons, though, so, like, I mean, she probably doesn't even think about that guy. She's just so happy. She has, like...
And Orc Dad is, like, back, so, point him out. You'll, like, freaking, like, beat his ass.
But
Yeah,
now,
she has 2 longbows, a great axe, 2 long swords, 4 daggers. That's just from the cave.
Yeah.
Can Amrit find Lyris, or whatever that girl's name was, that specifically requested a signed copy of a book?
yeah, she's
I
there.
want to give her signed copy of the book, made out to her.
She just gets so excited. She's and gets super giddy. She's bouncing up and
That
down.
legit just hurt my ear.
That was the effect I was going for.
And I'm, like, hard of hearing, man. That like hurt my ear.
It hurt my soul.
Send him 9.
I now have a target for my for the first person to be butchered.
And she clutches the book, and then she she envelops you, well, as much as a little girl can envelop you, in just this biggest hug, going, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Henry gets very tense. 'Cause he doesn't like being touched.
No touchy.
And
Get away, that's for me to touchy.
the Argonian that sent you guys out to find everyone, kind of raises his arms a bit and says, This is a great day, but we did promise them some pay. Come on, everybody, pay up." And coins all start getting popped into a hat that's being passed around, and he says, "I think this calls for a little bit of celebration, don't you?" That's directed at the group.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Zoe's trying very hard not to look like upset. Just, oh yeah, time to celebrate, and she's just thinking, oh man, that guy was rude.
Here, man, you just need a glass of some of my whiskey.
I'm ready for whiskey.
I mean,
Whiskey on my
I mean, if
whiskers.
you're upset, you
I
can
mean,
have
out
a
of
piece
character,
piece
we
of them
could
with you
always say
always.
we have somewhere else to be.
But I also want free food.
That's fair.
Yeah, let's get some food.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm for loop.
Food and camp for the night is not a bad thing.
Let's make some
Yeah.
s'mores.
So you guys camp out for the night. There's a huge celebration. Some of the performers actually come up to you guys, and a Breton who's with them looks at you guys and says, Tell us the story. Tell us about the adventure. We want to put on a production based on it tonight."
Zero just turns and looks at Amory with that look of, should we tell him?
No.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
No,
Alright.
don't tell him.
Why? Why?
No, we'll tell
It's
them the
funnier
story.
that way.
But don't tell them that their hero is dead.
Well, they gotta know sometimes.
You're gonna break their poor
They're
little
young
hearts.
children. We don't want to crush their dreams.
Well, boo-hoo, that's reality.
Don't make
Do
the
it.
cosplayers depressed.
What a horrible orc daddy.
Orc daddy is a mean dad.
Hey, or I'm not a mean daddy. I just try to be honest with my kids.
Just let them hold on to their childlike innocence for a little while.
I wanted to
Yeah.
hold on to
You
that,
don't immediately
and I
tell
was
them, "Yeah,
disappointed.
is it real?"
Alright, fine. Julinak takes a sip of his drink and just, I don't know, maybe sell some of the trinkets he found.
Kitty.
Okay. So the
He's
party's
like, this here was touched by him. Would you like it?
Yeah, like, you know, you see these little, like, pebbles right here? Yeah, like, those cost, yeah, like, just give me, like, 300 septum for each.
But when you say 300 septums, like you lose most of the people who had interest in buying them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I already took most of their money.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Why you took most of their money, man?
That
Okay.
and three.
Um,
Rearranged faces.
I'll lower
That
it
and-
down.
that
I'll
and,
lower it down to 250.
that and for a bunch of pebbles, it's obviously a scam.
All right, fine. 200.
It's still no takers.
150. And that's it.
What are you trying to sell?
Those little
Pebbles.
pebbles. Yeah, the little pebbles we like found in like that one cave.
Hold on 1 second.
The pretty pebbles.
The 3 pebbles?
Really? No, I said fruity pebbles.
Oh, fruity pebbles.
Those aren't the right
Part
kind
of
of
me is just
loop.
like, man, Zero would just probably be like, this dagger here was touched by. Takes a moment to think of the guy's name. Dren. 200 septum.
Everybody starts flocking towards you.
Fuck you.
What?
Come on, man.
Is it one of the Nordic daggers?
Yeah.
One of the high elves in the group takes a look at it, sees some of the inscriptions in ancient Nordic on it, and says, "Oh my gosh, he even had it personalized." And kind of points out, clearly that's his name in ancient Nordic.
And Zira's like, yeah. She's like, sure is 200. As she has a bag full of these fucking things.
People someone says, "I'd give you 200 septums for that," and then another person goes, "No, I'll give you 250."
Bidding war.
Yeah, she's just sitting there and she's like, do I hear 300?
300.
She's wanting to buy a riding dog, damn it. She's gotta get that money.
Toshtar, what are you up to?
Toshtar's trying his best to not spill the beans that he's very, very dead.
Fair.
I have him.
Some of the cooks kind of look to you, say, "Hey, we heard that you're pretty decent at cooking. Would you mind giving us a hand? It's going to be quite a feast tonight."
Oh, that's a horrible idea, but I will.
Oh my god, it's like I even have some special meat that I have in this sack here.
You know exactly
What a
where
blessing
this
a
is
John
going.
is at cooking.
Oh, Josh.
Yes.
I love this.
When we grabbed Narcissus Dren's corpse and literally dragged it out of there and then looted it.
And then apparently Toshtar ate some of it.
Hold on.
No, butchered it.
Used like a sippy cup, yeah.
Did we
Butchered it.
find the notes for his next book?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm holding on to that sucker.
Are you gonna take on
I might just. I'm thinking about it.
Hey, Joshua.
all of a sudden Narcissus Dren's stories become way more realistic and well better written.
And slightly more terrifying.
That's a plot twist at the end.
Yes.
Yes, Julinak?
Yeah, shook. What does the little stones from the bar like?
From the what?
You know, you said we got stones from the barrow.
Oh, the ones you were collecting to unlock the door?
Oh, we were using that to unlock the door.
Yeah, you guys used those.
I have 5 things of
And we did not
malachite
get them back.
Nope.
that I got from the rats.
But they have no value for them, like the little stones.
Oh, the tiny stones that you guys got.
Yeah.
Tiny stones. I am
You said
spacing.
they got the little pebbles, the little shards of whatever the fuck the.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pieces of Welkenstone?
Yeah.
Oh, those are mostly decorative items. You could probably sell them for maybe 5 septums a piece with the size you've got.
Can I sell my malachite stuff?
You could, but you probably would get a better price around people who are actually jewelers and craftsmen. Which your best bet for that would be to sell them in Rothgar.
But what if I say it was found in the dungeon with Ren?
You mean like the horrible lie that Zira is telling? Saying, yes, it has his name on it and everything. I have
The
4.
thing is, I did find these in the dungeon.
Go
I
ahead
didn't touch them, though.
go ahead and make your pitch.
I tell them that we found a lot of cool and weird things in the dungeon, and I show them some of the gems I found, which is these were with a bunch of rats.
But I'd like to hear your pitch along with a performance roll.
Okay,
Oh,
hold
by
on,
the
let
way,
me get my
Josh,
dice.
How high does the bidding get on the dagger with his name on it?
I would like for you. I would also like a performance roll.
Okay.
While they're doing this,
Mhm.
I'm going to step off to the side and start working on my translating that ancient Nedic book.
Okay, it'll take you a while, but you'll be able to
That's
do it.
fine.
I got a
Weird.
12.
You got a 12? You have some biters. And
They're just
they're
very gullible.
they're offering about 50 gold apiece.
How many people?
Just like 2 or 3.
Okay, then yes. And that means I'll have 2 or 3 left to go sell somewhere else.
So I got a 16 on the die, so that means I got a 16. Because she has a 0 in personality as a modifier. Woo! Go 10s.
Woo!
That's what I have in strength.
You're actually able to drive the price up to 605 septums.
Nice.
For 1 dagger? Fuck yes!
For 1 dagger.
Woo! Okay, so she sells that. I will mark off 1 dagger, and then I have 605 septum.
Shit.
Tashtar.
Yep.
So you come up and you break out your mystery meat. And the cooks look excited. They look at it. Oh, is that pork?
Yes.
Pig.
Excellent. Here, you have free reign of the campfire. We're gonna start up on appetizers first. Sure enough, they get started on their appetizers. And how would you like to prepare your long pig?
That's a wonderful question.
The best part is Azira has already decided she would never eat anything that Tashtar makes because she can't trust it. And she's definitely not eating anything Ajanti makes. She really can't trust that
fair.
shit.
I'll just make my own foods, thanks.
She'll eat the appetizers and the fruit and the veggies.
And the veggies. We all became vegetarians because of Tristan.
All right. Let's
She'll eat
make
anything that's definitely fish or poultry, though.
I'm still attached to
like maybe burgers or just meat patties.
Like
cheese.
meatballs.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do a. Let's see. You could go with nature. You could go with survival. You could go with medicine.
I'm just gonna do survival because I have a 0 in all of those.
Okay.
One way or another, this is going to be a meal that no one will forget.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is it going to be better or worse than Ajanti's, though?
Well, I didn't roll a 1. I rolled 2 1s in a row.
Better. He's not the only one cooking.
This is true.
I'll give you advantage because one of the cooks, when he asks what you're interested in making and you say meatballs, he says, I have a recipe for that.
All right.
Ah.
So you have a recipe for pork meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have access to all of the ingredients. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Still 11.
Okay. So you're able to get some pretty decent meatballs going. And the cooks can smell it, and they're like, "Oh man, if Narcissus Dren were here, I'm sure he'd be super excited to try some of this. This is a smell that would make him proud. I'm pretty sure."
He is here in spirit.
Knowing him, I think it would.
Good God.
And once the meal is ready, you guys begin serving. Anybody partaking of dinner tonight?
No.
I'll just make my own.
If it is fruits and veggies, bread, alcohol,
But here's
or very clearly poultry or fish.
Here's the real question. Tashtar, did you let them know that you were going to go cook?
I'm sure when they stopped being able to find him, because we don't trust a cannibal by himself with children.
Hey, I don't kill children yet.
Oh,
She's
you're
the
not going for the
we're
bill
worried
of cannibalism yet? That's a sad.
And you guys haven't,
Hey.
and you guys have seen him cook stuff that's not sentient. You guys have been traveling with him long enough to know that he doesn't just eat people.
Yeah, but we also know that he had a sack of bard, so and it doesn't keep long. He's gonna have to eat it soon, and he at least cooks his food. So the odds of him cooking and serving a person to a group of fanboys is very high.
Now the question is Amrit curious enough to let scientific study?
Oh, you're gonna fucking eat the meatball and you know it.
No, I don't. I don't know it.
You gotta taste it, just one.
That's why I
does
want to
ta-
cook my
it
own
does-
food.
It does taste just like pork, by the way.
No, I have to weigh the scientific implications with the moral implications.
Emery has morals?
Yeah, they're there. They're kind of wiggly, but they're there.
They're kind
Yeah,
of
just
wiggly.
like how Tosh has morals. They're wiggly, but they're there.
No, Tosh Star, those are worms in the dead body you're eating.
That's called like maggots.
A flesh fly larva.
If you want to be
Let's
fancy,
fly-
they're magoots.
Magoose. Magoose.
Alright, so let me know if you decide to partake of the meal, but everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Of course they are. Of course.
In fact,
I think I will try it. Scientific study and all that.
okay,
For science.
I'll try one meatball.
okay.
Try one ball of meat.
It's actually quite delicious. It tastes like pork.
Do I know that Tosh Star cooked the meatballs?
Do you?
I'll let the group know that I cooked them and just have them deduce on their own what that would imply.
If I wasn't told, then I would eat them. But now that I'm told, I'll be like,
She puts like 6 on her plate, and then he goes, I hope you like the meatballs I made. And then she puts the 6 back onto the main plate. She's like, and never mind.
yes.
Duncan, you get a luck point. And yeah, Emery, it is delicious. In fact, a few people come back for seconds saying, "Oh God, that's good." Greatly enjoying it. Special bonus points for those of you who caught the Sweeney Todd reference. And the night goes by fairly well. Halfway through the meal, as everybody's nomming down on these meatballs. In fact, the meatballs are almost out. They're almost gone.
You're good.
The flames begin to die down as a wind picks up. And Toshtar, your fur stands on end.
Oh.
You're like now a major fuzzball.
And
I'm going to try to perceive what's going on. I'm going to do a perception check.
okay.
Almost reflexively, Zira has the blade of woe like it just appear in her hand, and she's just like looking around.
Okay.
Like she didn't mean to do it, but she's glad it's there.
Yeah. Got that roll?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a 14.
The ring that you've been carrying is
Mhm.
practically humming with energy and is calling to you.
Is it big dick energy?
I guess that could be defined as that, maybe. Tosh puts on the ring.
Yes. Okay, so give me just a quick moment as I pull up the ring. Okay, so you are immediately hungry,
Oh,
but
Um,
it's not
Oh, don't do it.
it's not out of control. But you know that from now on, no meat is going to taste nearly as good as sentient beings.
great.
And as you're dining on Narcissus Dren on Dren balls, you
Sure.
feel invigorated. And the moment you slip the ring on, above the flames, a ghostly humanoid figure forms and is laughing with a feminine voice. And she says, "You've done well, my disciple. Not only have you received my blessings and my artifact, but you have spread the blessings that I bestow upon the world of Tamriel." And she kind of gazes over the rest of the people in the camp. "Tell me, did you tell them what you were feeding them?"
No, because I wanted them to actually eat it.
Wait, does everybody hear this or just him?
Everybody's hearing this.
Oh,
Zero
good
did
God.
like I fucking knew it.
I walked away. I'm just telling them all day.
Julinak take the sip of his drink and said, like, well, at least I didn't eat
And I
it.
wanted it, and I thought it would be funny. And it was.
And
Trash
she
Star, you are in so much trouble, man.
Hey.
she
It's only I only have consequences if people catch me.
They fucking caught you because you're she outed you.
she looks
Yeah, she like called you out.
she looks over the encampment. She says, "Behold, I am Namira, the Daedric Prince of Revulsion.
I
All
gotta
of you-
leave.
Yeah, me
All
too.
all of you have received my blessing.
This does sound like
Dine-
a good time
Wait,
to
who's
leave.
leaving with me? Who's like sneaking away?
Amritas.
Yeah, I'm joining.
And
you.
I'm going to hop right on Amri's
Alright.
backpack.
Dine, mortals,
Zero
and
throws
feel
his
no
dagger like 60 feet and teleports the fuck over there.
and do not feel despair. Dine with joy as you dine upon the flesh of Narcissus Dren." And you guys just start hearing screams come from the encampment. There's panic going on back there as you guys are just making your way away from them.
Literally threw her dagger like towards the tree, way the fuck away, grabbed her backpack, teleported the fuck out. She's like, nope.
Yeah, same thing with Julian. Me and Amrit, Julian and Amrit are like sneaking away.
Big fucking nope.
You guys have no problem getting away as chaos breaks out in the camp.
Oh, good God.
There's like Namira starts talking, it's like, no.
GTFO.
Yeah.
CFO.
I noped out of there so hard there was no trace left behind.
And luckily you guys have all of your money and possessions with you, and you guys were able to rob them for practically everything they had.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, Azira always keeps her bag near her because she doesn't trust anybody. So, like, she was just like, throws a dagger, teleports, let's go.
Remind me,
On the
what were
street, you always have to have your stuff on you, or someone will steal it.
what were all of your alignments again?
I am true neutral.
I'm chaotic good.
Chaotic neutral.
I didn't put one down because I
Zira
like to
is
play the
lawful
character
neutral,
first.
but by lawful, I mean mean, she follows the laws of her people, so it's kind of questionable towards everybody else.
My people.
She has a code of conduct for fighting, and that's the law that she follows.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, she was just like, yeah, this isn't going well, leaves.
So you guys, you guys make your way out of the encampment. Are you guys headed toward Rothgar, or where are you guys headed?
Rothgar.
Rothgar, big city,
Rothgar.
big city.
We're like, we need to leave.
Okay, so it's about a day's journey to Rothgar. You proceed
But once
without.
we're out of the encampment, Zero just punches Toshjar in the arm real hard.
Okay, I deserve that,
Punch him again.
but it was kind of funny, you have to admit.
No, it wasn't.
No.
You don't have to admit that.
Hey, I thought it was funny.
You're the worst.
Okay, Zero looks at him. She goes, "Okay, it was
You
who is kind of
you cut out.
a chicken. Did he taste like chicken, by the way?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You cut out after. Okay.
So Zira is just like, well, I mean, it is kind of funny. You fed them their hero. Did he taste like chicken? Because he seemed like a chicken. And Mary responds with, no, he tasted
my
like
God.
pork. And she's like, oh, that's
fucking so
disappointing.
bad.
I go to a nearby tavern and just try to like see if we can like get some room for us.
Actually, when you head into Rothgar, it's actually a very impressive work of architecture. Architecture. Stone walls, very heavy stone walls, expert craftsmanship rise up toward the sky, just as imposing as the mountains that they are carved out of. And especially for you, Reven, like this is some top-notch stuff. This goes to show just how impressive and magnificent the orcs can be when given the chance.
You need to kill them all.
I'm not gonna kill my brothers, even though I actually would never raise in like an orc cult or stuff like that, whatever you call it.
Well,
I would not say like
you
I would say orc.
yeah, city orc. So like you probably grew up here, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so you've seen the city's grandeur, but the rest of you guys have never seen a city quite like this.
You're quite correct about that.
Yeah, snow is kind of gracefully landing on the strong angles of the stonework. And above the sounds of the city life, you guys can hear hammers on massive forges ringing throughout the metropolis, and even these powerful bellows roaring, it kind of adding a bit of a reminder of the strength of the orcs, especially when they're given the opportunity to do what they do best. And here and there are wooden supports up against some of the walls and bulwarks, and stonemasons are busily chipping away at stone, making sure it all fits together. And it looks like the city, despite how magnificent it is still in progress.
Okay.
They
And
have to rebuild it every 5 years, so. Whatever.
Julinak like takes a sip of his drink and said like, why does it feel so familiar?
because you grew up here. This is your home.
Wait, this is actually my home? I thought you said it was my home was similar to this.
No, this was your home. You used to live here.
Okay then.
In fact,
My home.
Can
I find my trailer?
your trailer isn't there. Your wagon. That was long since confiscated. Maybe two or three arrests ago.
Great.
But you do remember a while back that it was mentioned that your friend Nashak,
Mhm.
who had kind of retired, has retired here, starting up a bit of a shop.
Oh.
So it's just a matter of finding it. But as we enter into Orsinium, or the Orsinium,
Mhm.
it is a good opportunity for a bio break. For those of you watching, thank you so much. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. In the description, I will include a link to the website where you're able to obtain copies of the homebrew system and possibly even provide a donation to the developers who have done an exceptional job of creating a 5e port for the Elder Scrolls universe. We will catch you guys in the next episode, part 2 of Session 8, and we will catch